There can be only one podcast, and may it be the Prince of the Universe. Hi, folks. I'm Matt.
And I'm Wes.
And I'm the Princess Robyn. Is that not what we do? Do I get to do that yet? No?
Whose idea was this?
Two princes and a princess.
There's a lot going on in this room right
I'm telling you what.
There's all kinds of guest stars.
Our good friend, yes. Our good friend Robyn has joined us. Robyn, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me, boys.
It's so good to have you here.
Thanks.
So good. We're going to talk. We also have two little kids in the background, which you'll hear periodically, most likely, especially when they start fighting.
When you hear this noise, turn the page.
That's right, exactly. Chime, chime. But anyway, I wanted to say just a few things before we start today, because the first one's about you.
Oh.
First one's about you. Do you remember, just quizzing you this, do you remember getting your first car, and what was it like? What type of car was it?
I do.
What was it?
It was a Nissan Sentra.
Your first car?
Yeah.
Wow, mine was a 91 Dodge Spirit.
Mine was a 85 Chevrolet Nova, 4-door. It was like what a Geo car was that Chevrolet made, and it was tan, and it was a piece.
Mine was 2-door stick shift, which I think everybody should learn on a stick shift, just saying, for the record. And it was black with black interior, and the windows were so tinted I could barely see out.
Oh, man. Quick break while I throw the kids in the other room. No, the reason I said this, at my church the other day, all the youth went outside because this kid had bought his first truck.
Ow.
And I'll be honest, it had seen better days. But he's proud of it because it's his first truck. It was some kind of Dodge Ram, whatever, rust on the top of the roof. One of the headlights had tape on it to hold it in place, you know. And fender a little bent up, some scratches, dings, and dents. But I could see it on his face. This is mine. And that made me think, yeah, mine was a piece of junk. Do you remember Adam Sandler's POS car song?
No.
From his album? No? Okay. That was my theme song.
Maybe I do kind of remember that.
Yeah. That was my theme song for my car. I listened to the CD back in the day. I was like, oh, man, because that was my car. It had a skylight, I remember.
Oh, a skylight.
But
they didn't call that. I like a sunroof.
I did not buy this in 91, by the way.
I was thinking
past its prime.
It's called a skylight? I've never even heard that term.
Well, what's it called? What do you call it? Sunroof.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sunroof.
Well, it didn't open up. It was weird. You could pop it open and have a little bit of air come through.
That's one of those drop-in sunroofs.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You got those.
And I thought, ooh, that's
like
cool.
audio device.
And that's the only thing that actually worked. But everything else.
Because it was manual.
Dragging. Yeah, because it was manual. Yes. I actually missed the manual roll-down windows, to be honest, especially when one of your little motors dies in the car and you have to pay $280. That's when I really missed the roll-down windows that never had any issues for me. So, I don't know. But either way, it just made me think about...
Do you have a story about paying $280 for this getting fixed that made you frustrated?
No, that was for another car. The first time I ever had automatic window. It was two of them back in the day, but both of them went dead. And I was like, what is going on here? So just replace them both. I was like, goodness gracious, you could get the hand rollers and be just, wouldn't have to pay this. It's like now everything is push button. I have a key. I have a turnkey still, but when I give up my car, it's got to go push button now.
Hey,
I don't trust push button.
I have yet to have a car that has a backup camera. I'm the only person I know out of my friend group and family that doesn't have a backup camera.
That's right. Backup camera. Yep, we all have those. Keep backing up. So anyway, I don't know. It just got me thinking because in his eyes, this was his car, and I get that.
I love it.
And he was kind of embarrassed because I came out. I was like, "What's this?" He went, "Oh, doesn't look like much." He said, "I got a truck though." He said, "I know it's crap." I was like, but you love it. I can
it's
tell
just
you
crap,
love it.
yeah.
I said, you know what, man? You get your first car. It's not going to be the best one, but you love it. You take care of it. Oh, I got to do a lot of work on it. Of course, he's going to do a lot of work on it, like they all kind of do. All his little friends do. They do a little work on their car. But it did make me think, oh, yeah, I know that first purchase when I was like, yes, this is my car. You felt really cool then.
Hey, I sold my bedroom furniture, and then my aunt loaned me $2,000. I sold my bedroom furniture for $3,000, and then she put 7% interest on that $2,000, and that made me pay her off real fast. So I knew the value of that.
Your
That's
loan
fine.
shark, this is your aunt?
My aunt, yeah, she was teaching me.
How many spice runs did it take to pay that off?
I worked doubles at Tia's Tex
Say what? You worked where?
I sold a lot of queso, and I got that.
Where did you work?
Tia's Tex-Mex.
I've never heard. Oh, that must
That
not
was
be
a
around
Texas.
here.
It's a Texas place, yeah.
That's a Texas
Yeah.
place. Are you from Texas?
I mean,
She moved around a lot as a youth.
I was kind of born a gypsy baby.
Okay, so this first podcast is to get to know you. So
Okay.
let's get to know you.
Okay.
Where do you call home? Your home state. Where do you call home?
I call Louisiana home.
Okay, Louisiana home. Okay, you've been here most.
No,
No.
I've only been here the last 4 years.
Shut up. So it's all been Kansas City.
No.
No. Oh.
I was born in South Louisiana to
Okay.
a daddy who was an oil man.
Okay.
Oil man.
Oil.
That's what, yeah.
Oil.
I get
Yeah.
made fun of for saying oil
He's
man.
an old man.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when
Isn't
I was
that a Nate Bargatze skit?
I think so. I think he says that. Yeah. But I mean, it started with me. I'm just saying.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And when I was a baby, we moved to Scotland, and then from there moved to Texas.
This is all work.
This is all work.
Got
From
it.
there
That
moved
makes
to
sense.
Singapore. From there moved back to Texas.
Hello.
Then
How many memories do you have of Scotland and Singapore?
tons. 6
Really?
years in Scotland, 5 years in Singapore.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So basically, and you know, he used to take us on trips. Like we go to Hong Kong for work, and we went to Malaysia and Seoul and Bangkok, and any of his fun trips and stuff, he would bring us all on it and stuff. So
I've been to Balkanville.
It's not Dog Patch USA kind of.
but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And so in the States, I went to high school in Spring, Texas, college at Dallas Baptist University, and then ended up marrying into the baseball world. And then I was a flight attendant. I mean, I'm kind of been, like I said, a gypsy a little bit. I've gone everywhere, done all the things. I
So
lived in
as
Canada.
Johnny Cash says, I've been everywhere, man.
I've been everywhere, man. Yeah.
Okay.
And look where you ended up.
And
on
look
this
where you ended up.
podcast.
Yeehaw.
And now you're here.
That's right.
That's so fantastic.
You're lucky.
I'm telling you what. So, out of all your jobs,
Yeah.
what was the best one?
I think the one I'm doing now.
Oh,
The one I'm doing now.
that's nice.
Yeah. Esthetician. Why are
We
you
couldn't say the
Moth,
same.
Moth, why are you laughing?
I just
Can
think
you
it-
explain why you just called him Moth?
Well, I guess I can.
Yes.
The first time we met, let's Cliff Note version this real quick because
Oh,
whatever version you want to tell.
Okay, well, basically, I was with a coworker, a friend of mine, who is now a friend of ours, and she has a list of things Robyn says that made her laugh. And in one of them, it said, "How come guys named Timothy go by Tim when they could go by Moth?" And he read that and thought that was funny. And then I think I called you Moth, or
Yeah, I texted her because she gave me her card so I could get a facial.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
I said, hey, it's Moth.
and from there it stuck. So now he's Moth, Mothball. I mean, we add as many things to that as we
Hyperboles.
can.
that's great. I love it. I love it. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so going back. Do you speak any languages because of?
I
go
can
ahead.
count to 10 in Thai and in Mandarin.
So
My
in
kids-
5 years, he said, if I want to learn anything, Dad, in this foreign country, in Singapore, it's to count to 10.
Listen.
You got it.
Listen,
Done.
my kids used me as their like, Mom, do that thing where you count to 10 for them. They thought it was like a party joke. Like they thought it was cool that I would do it. So, I mean, I kind of feel
Be
like...
careful. I had to learn 2 numbers every year. I was there.
No, I can count to 10 in Thai.
Please.
Song song si ha hop cha gao sep.
Wow, you don't even know my mother. I don't even know why you'd even say such a thing.
Let me do Mandarin. It's,
Oh, please. I was going to ask.
Satu dua tiga empat lima enam tujuh delapan sembilan sepuluh.
Oh, no, thanks. I'm married, but I appreciate it.
There you go. Bang. Isn't that a fun party trick? Oh, y'all are just looking at me like, why are you speaking?
Okay.
Can you edit this
Can you? No.
Nothing
No.
gets edited
No.
out this show.
Nothing gets edited now.
Oh, shit.
Have you heard when we've had Brandon on the podcast? Nothing gets edited out.
Oh, Lord. Crud.
So, okay. You're very, everyone can tell on the podcast, you're a very upbeat, energetic person. In fact, I believe it was on this podcast or Saturday Morning Sound Plans we discussed you.
Actually, I remember you also
Both.
saying I was extremely
both.
kind.
I don't remember those words exactly. I think that may have been Wes.
Gentle and
talking.
beautiful.
I think that may have been Wes.
That was
again.
definitely not me.
Amazingly beautiful.
That may have been Benjamin then. We'll go with that.
Okay, we'll go with Ben.
Why would I say such nice things?
I know. You did, though. You guys were so sweet. You guys
It
are
was
really
Saturday
sweet.
Morning Sound Flash because we were talking about the cast.
That's
yes.
right. That's right.
Yes. Notice I didn't talk about certain other people either. No, I'm
No.
kidding. I'm kidding. No, that's right. We met on the vampire show, Castle of Count Varney, which was a lot of fun. And we especially clicked well as a cast, which is good because you need that chemistry, and we definitely had it.
Moth, you attended, and you were not like super excited to go, but then once you watched it, I would love to know your feedback again so everybody can hear.
It was good. It was fun, and I love seeing Cuckoo do his thing, and that's something that I miss from working with him is seeing his personality in play on a grand scale. So that was my favorite part.
Well, thank you. Thank
That's
you.
so sweet.
Thank
Listen
you.
to these words of affirmation.
Your
coming out
mother
of
was
him.
also part of our cast,
My mother was there.
except she was always she played an audience member.
She did play that.
Wonderful woman.
Yes.
I'm glad.
You made her blush every night. She's like, I want to get a picture with the county.
She could always get a picture with
I
me.
know.
She was so much fun.
Yeah.
I see a lot of her in you.
Yeah?
That just sunny disposition there, which is good to have. Which is good to have. Got to meet your 2 daughters.
Yes.
The same.
Yes.
And their future significant others. Got to toy with them a little bit.
That was funny.
That was
a good time.
really good.
Yeah.
Really
What's
good.
funny about that is that my sister was like, don't worry, he's not going to call him out of the audience. He's not going to. She was trying to put, Lukey, Pookie at rest.
ease,
Yeah.
yes.
And you told him to come out. And
And get in front of
And get in
everyone.
front of everybody.
And he trooper.
I loved it. You shot
And it was
Pookie.
actually way better than I ever could have imagined. The whole thing was just outright hilarious.
He's
and
such a
got
good
lots
sport,
of laughs.
too. You
He
picked the perfect-
does.
you picked the perfect
He is
day
a
to
good
do that.
sport. That's another good thing. You need a good sport.
Yeah.
So I was very thankful for that he was a good sport because I was picking on him the whole time. So it was a lot of fun. So, what?
Nothing.
Do you have a question
No.
for our guest host? No, you're just gonna sit here.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Wow. Okay. So, I'm gonna say this one too. How this started. We'd always invited you on both podcasts. Of course, the invite was laid down, but a date was never set. And so last week you sent me a picture, and at first I didn't know what was going on because I thought you were in the hospital.
Oh.
Until I realized, I was like, oh, I see.
I was probably getting my nose hair waxed.
Yeah, but just from the angle
Yeah.
of you in the chair,
It
I was
looked
like,
like
wait, is he in the hospital? Is he hurt? I didn't read the message at first. Well, when you see a picture, you look at the picture first.
Of course.
And I was like, what's going on? But then you're smiling.
Selfie.
So either you did it to him,
Yes.
or he was visiting you, and I realized at your work, and I was like, oh, okay, I got it. But at first I was afraid. You know,
I'm glad you were worried about
you're
me.
not a spring chicken.
No. Not at all.
He was in for his
But-
monthly grooming.
That's good.
my gray hair is in my nose now. It's pretty gross.
And his ears.
Dude, what are you talking about? I got troll hair coming out of my ears all the time. So I know it's annoying. So, but then I have the runaway brow hair, the one that's like super long. I don't even realize like how long is this?
Well,
Like when
y'all
does that
have it
start?
made, though, because y'all have also significant others, and then you also have me in your pocket, because what they don't catch, I'll catch. So you're welcome. You got this.
It's true. I
So
appreciate that, but-
you're welcome.
So you're welcome. that's
Wow.
So what are your? So let me know. What are your hobbies?
Oh gosh, I love to read. In fact,
Big reader.
Big reader.
Okay.
Big Ellen Hildebrandt fan and Kristen Hanna.
Okay. Pretend I don't know who I know Wes knows who those are because he's like
Well, I love fiction. I love anything
fiction.
that's going to take.
It's not
me
murder
away.
mystery.
Well,
It could be.
It could be if it's fiction. Yeah. I love.
But the two authors you named, what are they? Are they romance?
Literary.
Are we listening to smut?
Historical fiction. No.
Okay.
Occasionally, I'll pick
Like,
a book.
is your Highlander shirtless on the cover?
No, but I
Okay.
have a funny story about one time when I was playing a book out loud while I was cleaning the house, and I had my speaker going, and I was playing this book, and it was not a book that had.
It was not raunchy.
It was not a dirt.
until your
dauber.
kids happen to come in
No,
to the kitchen.
until I'm on my hands and knees and I'm like hand mopping this area, and my mother's popping over for some powdered sugar or something.
Okay.
And at this part, you hear the narrator say something, and and then it turns into, and I sit back on my feet like, oh, okay, and I'm starting to giggle because I'm thinking, oh, we turned spicy, and then all of a sudden I hear Robbie, and I'm like throwing the speaker across the room, but I'm like, that doesn't do anything. The sound's still coming out, so I'm trying to find it was horrible, and then I was like having to explain to my mother, I don't listen to porn, I don't listen
While
to
I
anything.
clean my house.
But it was like just a spicy spot, and I didn't even know it was coming.
Yeah.
But that's not typical. That's not what I.
So
So
your
That
mom
was a
just
lot of
you
verbiage.
heard your mom's voice.
I heard her go, Robbie,
Oh.
and
You-
I didn't know how to get rid of the sound. It just kept going.
You just sort of, hey, I'm sorry, I was expecting the plumber.
I wasn't expecting anybody.
Okay. Well, I mean, with
yeah.
that tape, I don't know what was going on there. So I mean, that's okay. So what your mom just ignored it, kindly ignored it,
Yeah, she just kind
was
of.
nice of her.
She's listen.
or did she spoil the
No,
ending for you? 'cause
Classy
she's heard it
broad.
before?
She is such a classy
Okay.
broad that even if she heard something, she'd pretend she didn't.
Okay, I got you.
She's class act. Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. Okay, but Ellen Hildebrandt, let me just tell you this because this is cool. I literally just went on my dream 50th birthday trip based off of a book I read called The 5-Star Weekend. And it's by Ellen Hildebrandt. And it's a lady who has her birthday. She goes through this trial and tribulation and then invites friends to come to Nantucket. And they have a birthday. And I just got to go to Nantucket for my 50th and do all the things. So I got to
You did all the things.
I
What
did all
what
the
are all the
things.
things in Nantucket? Wait, did the book take place in Nantucket?
Yeah,
Shut the front door.
I know, right?
So you, after reading that book, you said, I've got to get to this Nantucket place.
My sister last year said, "What do you want to do for your 50th?" And I just read the book and I went, "I want to go to Nantucket." And she goes, "Nan, what?" Like, didn't even know where. She was like, "Is that in the United States? What?" And I made everybody read the book. I made my best friends read. Made family. I made my kids read it. And then everybody's like, "Shut up." And then we're analyzing characters and, ooh, who do we think is more like Brooke in the book? It was just like one of those fun things where I also was trying to relive some of the book, and that's the whole point. It was so cool to go out there, and we walked the bluff. We saw the Atlantic Ocean. We went to Sanctity Lighthouse. We went to Brotherhood of Thieves. We got to go to Lola 41. We got to go have the best clam chowder at the Black Cat Tavern on Cape Cod. Oh my gosh. It was amazing. I've never in my life eaten chowder that good, ever. So I get it. I get it now. All the things she says in the book, it's true.
Hold on, go back.
Yeah.
You're older than me?
Shut your face hole. You know these things.
I know, I've forgotten that. I seriously didn't know that.
I know.
No.
Fitty. F-I-T-T-Y. Fitty. Fitty of them. I know.
I'm not playing. You look at least 10 years young. I'm old, but you look
at
at least 10 years
least.
younger than me.
I know.
No, you do.
You're so sweet. That's so nice.
No, I'm being honest. She doesn't look our age.
She's invested in that, not a backup camera.
She spends her money on skincare and not.
I'm cleaning my house the wrong way. That's what I'm learning here. Okay, wow. Okay, I don't know. Somehow, if you'd mentioned that before, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nantucket.
He's staring at me like I'm like
I
a
really can't
creature
believe that.
from the dark. I know.
Wow. Okay.
What do you look right now? I want to know. Are you trying to analyze my pore
38
size?
in a heartbeat.
Oh.
That's as high as I would go.
It.
That's as high as I would go. That's my
County.
ceiling right now.
That's so sweet.
I seriously thought that.
Thanks.
Okay. I don't know why I thought that, but I thought late 30s.
I love that. No, I say we go
I
with
honestly thought that. Wow. Okay. And only because I thought you had kids when you were super young.
I did. I am.
Oh, okay.
22. Well, I was 23.
Your kids look young too. I don't know what was
They're
going on here.
26 and 23. So I was
Okay.
23 and 26 when I had them, actually.
Oh, geez.
Kind of weird.
Oh, so I was just adding 13 years. Well, I don't know. I know what you listened to while you cleaned back in that
She
now.
only
What
lives
was
in
it?
Louisiana now. She wasn't raised here.
True that, Mom. True that.
Did you visit Arkansas? Okay. So anyway, where's Caitlin from, by the way?
Yeah.
Monroe.
She is.
Oh, she is from
That's
here.
She
right.
is
Okay,
from
that's
here.
right. That's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. I've been
good lass, that
everywhere,
girl.
man.
Okay. What was my question? Okay, so Nantucket.
Yes.
The book described it just right. Like
just
you were-
right in that, and that's like my birthday
Setting.
is in March, so it was out of season for
That's
when
okay.
they went, but I was fine with that. I still tried to mimic some things, like she made her girls like wear orange and pink in the book, and I was like, guys, y'all can wear black and white, like on a one night out. So I like made a hardcore itinerary and a soft itinerary. So like the hardcore one was like, you got to go to dinner. I know where you're going right now. I meant hard. Oh wait, okay.
No, keep this is the most quiet he's been. I mean, you're setting up the volleyball, and he's refusing to spike. This is really nice. I'm enjoying
Oh,
this.
shoot.
Okay.
Why am I wearing this thick outfit? It's
Okay.
so hot in here.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, is that how the audiobook started? That chapter started there? Okay. Okay, Nantucket. All right. So,
Oh,
all right.
shoot.
The thing
face
is, a
hurts.
lot of people go see. Now, this I'm impressed because you read a book. You said, "I got to visit this place."
Yeah.
Where today, most people, if you would agree with me, see a TV show or a movie and go, "I want to visit there."
Yeah.
Because it's more visual.
Yeah.
But you went off of the experiences in this novel.
Mm-hmm.
And I love books too, so I know they paint a picture in your head.
Mm-hmm.
And you thought, "Wow, this is beautiful. I've got to go based off the book."
Yes.
That's amazing.
And it was, the planes, trains, automobiles. I mean, we took a flight to Providence. We took this ferry, like this Sprinter van, which is more like a party bus. It was a really cool bus. And then we took a ferry. So it was like an all-day event. If you don't fly directly into Nantucket, by the way, did you know that's where Wings was filmed? Or not really, but...
Oh,
Remember the
yeah,
show
yeah,
Wings?
yeah. I remember the show
I was
Wings.
thinking about our age. Wings. It's Nantucket. But,
Did you ever watch Wings?
No, but I do remember the show.
Okay,
reference.
we watch it all the time.
I love Wings. Anyway,
Yeah.
that was another thing that was exciting for me because I was like, and I've been to a lot of places, but I'd never been to Nantucket. And then after I read that book, and I had dreams about different things, and I just was like, what do you want to say, Moth?
What dreams did you have?
He wants to talk more about this hardcore dinner you had.
Their lobster rolls, shut your face hole.
Really?
So stinking good with brown butter on these lobster rolls. They were so good. So good. There was 11 of us. So there was
Okay.
a bunch of us that went, and it was just
Well,
like a time to remember forever.
lobster's their thing. Clam chowder. I'm glad you tried the clam. Now, do they take it with Tabasco?
I mean, they have it there.
But you didn't have to have it. You just eat it straight.
And I'm the Tabasco girl.
But they are I think they do eat Tabasco with their clam chowder out there.
They had it. They had it. I just didn't even want to because I was just
it was
like,
just so good. Well, you're trying it fresh.
for sure.
And everything's fresh from the ocean too. There.
sure.
So even the lobster.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the best. It was the best. I met a guy named Unicycle David who had probably best storyteller I've ever known. And then there was another. I just kept meeting people. Oh my gosh, I was kissed on the lips by a lesbian.
You were?
Named Lisa. Well, I'm
Is
only
that the
saying that.
90s song we were going to discuss?
Lisa. Her name was Lisa. And she literally announced herself. She said, hey, everybody. Because I walked in with my tiara that had the 50 on it. And she was like,
I'm going to kiss the birthday girl.
She literally stood up and said, all right, who's lesbian here? And I was like, everybody who was married pulled up their ring finger. They were like, we're married. And I'm like,
Here comes that hardcore dinner.
Shut up. And so anyway, I will say this about Lisa. She was gorgeous and she had beautiful skin. And I wanted to know her regimen. I asked her who was her injector. Her lips were natural because they were Sicilian. I mean, she was just a really cool gal. And she is the niece of Meryl Streep. At least that's what she said. She could be lying, I guess, right?
Okay, so she kissed you, and then what happened?
Well, it was more like she did the whole, you know how you grab somebody's cheeks and you go, mwah, and you do that, like...
Wes, when you grab Caitlin's cheeks and you go, mwah, what happens next?
She said, are you a lesbian?
All I know is one of my besties, Shauna, runs to the rescue and she's like, hey. I was like, no, she's fine. She's harmless. I mean, I figured she was just having her moment, so we were fine. It was like something else to put down to like check off the box because
that was one of the things you wanted. Was that in the book too?
No, but it's like I've added it to the list so I can say that's happened now.
Okay.
Even though it really wasn't on the original.
Mom wasn't here, was she?
No.
Oh,
No.
Thank God. Okay.
No, she wasn't.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so when you tell your sister, hold on. When you tell your when you tell your sister, she says, "Hey, where do you want to go?" And you say Nantucket. Did she say hello?
Yes.
Is that what? Because that's what I would have been like.
She goes, for real.
Huh.
No, she went, shut up. For real, where do you want to go?
Cheyenne.
And my kids were like, we're going to wear bikinis. We're going to go to Mexico. We're going to do this. We're going to go do that. And I was like, we're going to Nantucket. I'm
So you can wear your bikini if you want to.
Boots and beanies on a beach is what I want. And I wanted it in March, so I knew the weather was going to be cold, but I was also praying it was not going to be as rainy.
You wanted it crisp.
Crisp. And you know what? I'm so glad you said that.
I am too.
You can breathe so good there. I would walk out in the morning and take a breath. And just so you know, this humidity in Louisiana is for real.
Okay. You said breathe.
Yeah, you could
I thought
breathe.
you said breed.
No.
You can breathe so well out there.
I'm sure.
I don't know where this conversation. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you could breathe so good. I was like, I think I got more oxygen than normal. And that was so great. I felt even better than normal. Literally, just breathing in that crisp, cold air. It was
Well, the
fantastic.
secret to getting good oxygen is grabbing both cheeks.
Leaning in.
Leaning in. You get that air. Okay, so not lots of fresh air.
Yeah.
The salty sea air.
In the chowder.
Invigorated.
First of all, you said
it
the
invigorated
You said the grossest thing in a text to me when I got back. Do you remember what you said?
No.
He says, when are you going to get me back in for a facial so you can get this chowder out of my pores? That's what he said. And then I was like, I can't with the chowder.
I was just trying to link it to your stories.
I know.
You'd love.
That's a
telling.
good friend.
It was funny.
I
but it
wanted
also
you to
made
know
me
I'm
go,
paying
"Bleh."
attention.
Okay. Maybe a little dry.
Okay, so there you go. Well, you were missed.
I know. I love
Wasn't that nice?
Yes.
That was
He won't
nice.
admit it, but
I think he just did in the text.
he did.
That's his way to say,
Hurry
I
up.
missed you.
I know.
Or hurry up. But your sister was like, but she enjoyed it too.
Oh, my sister, the most generous person you'll ever meet in your life, and she blessed me with the trip of a lifetime. She got us a VRBO literally 100 feet from Main Street. So everything was walking distance. This amazing 5-story VRBO right downtown. It was so everything was so, it felt like you stepped back in time. It was like a storybook. I even went to the bookstore there. All of Ellen Hildebrandt books were autographs. So of course, I'm grabbing as many as I
She's
could.
from Nantucket.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I walked in and I was talking to the clerk there, and we were talking all things Ellen, and she said, "Oh, have you seen her Paradise section? That's her St. John series." And I go, no, what? And I've read all her books, but I haven't read the St. John series. And she goes, yeah, she summers here and winters in St. John. And I was like, 51, we're going to St. John. Just kidding. I don't know if we're going to do that, but that sounds cool. So now I've got to read that series just to see what...
You've checked off the lesbian box. I don't know what else there's to do in St. John.
Maybe we'll see.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's interesting. Okay, so thank you for sharing your Nantucket story.
Yeah.
Folks, if you've been to Nantucket or ever want to know about Nantucket.
Or want to know about Lisa the lesbian.
Or just let us know and put your comments or questions in the comments below. And we'll see you next time on Princes of the Universe.